Ayman Khan here for Seconds Out with Allan, the Savage Babic. Allan, want to get your thoughts straight away on the undisputed action last night. It was a momentous occasion. Both fighters put on an effort that was worthy of that event too. Talk me through what you saw last night.
Exactly what you said. And I would just say for the beginning, I think this is the first fight I watched that's in the rank of Ali Frazier fight. That's what I thought watching it. I was so enjoying it, and I was just happy to be a part of an era, you know, of
Mm.
Usyk and Fury fight. It's amazing fight, amazing. And I was really amazed for the whole. It's so many like Usyk is gonna win. No, Fury is gonna win. You just didn't know what's gonna happen. And I really think that's like the top class fight we had in century.
So talk me through what you saw early in the fight. For some people, they felt that it was cagey and it was even, but some also had Usyk winning early. What did you see?
Well, I had Usyk winning the first 3 rounds, or second or 3 rounds, and then I had Fury winning everything right up till 9 or 8 round, and then I had Usyk again winning the rest of the fight. So it was very, very interesting. But that's why I say it was always changing, and I think Usyk kind of nicked it by a round, but very, very close fight. If it weren't for the knockdown, it can go Fury's way. Yeah, it's very close fight. I saw it like that, yeah.
Were you expecting Fury to box as much as he did? We know that Fury now with Sugar Hill looks to try and get the knockout. Were you expecting to see Fury more on the front foot?
Well, I wasn't really surprised with Fury because he did his job. That's his job. He does that all the time. But Usyk was phenomenal. And I had a problem. How is Usyk gonna get to Fury? Fury's too big, awkward. I spar him. It's very awkward.
Hmm.
But Usyk surprised me. He was able to get to him multiple times and with power and precision. So yeah, I think Usyk was very much ready for the fight.
What were you thinking in that ninth round when Fury was really hurt?
I thought, holy shit. Because I thought for the most of the time that Usyk can't do that to Fury. The Fury is the bigger man, oh, blah, 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 the nonsense. So I fell for it also. And I was like, he can't really hurt Fury, but he did. Maybe even the most Fury was ever hurt. So it was a crazy fight.
Why was Usyk able to hurt Fury that badly when Wilder hit him? Fury was able to bounce back, and he never looked like that. Why was Usyk able to do that?
Well, Usyk did have some knockouts on the sparrings, as we all saw, and obviously the guy has a lot of power he's not giving credit for. That's obvious. Everybody says, no, Usyk is a soft puncher. There's no soft punchers on that elite level. Like the elitist, like Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier level. There's no soft punch there. And just the technique which he's able to get to Fury's chin out of crazy angles, just crazy. And even showing some overhead punches. I was like, I know what work when I spar with Fury. I can only maybe touch him with an overhand. He doesn't. He's not that big of a guard because he relied on his tallness. But Usyk was throwing so crazy overhands, crazy.
Mhm. What did you see in the ninth round? Did you feel that the fight could have been stopped there?
Yeah, but I'm so happy it did because that wasn't the fight the judge was supposed to set the champion. Let's say it like that. I'm so happy the judge was very good. I don't usually say this. I hate judges, but this one was very good, very experienced, and thank him. I want to thank him for the fight he gave us.
Fair enough, Alan. A lot of talk about the rematch potentially. What do you think will happen in the rematch?
Well, I think, like I said, I always I see Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, so I would like them to have a trilogy fight
Hmm.
because there is no point in fighting anybody else. Fury has done it all, Usyk even more because he won. So there's no really point in fighting anybody else. So I would like to see a trilogy of those two, and I think the whole world would just wait. for more, for more and more, because this is perfect. This was a perfect boxing match. Shorter guy against the bigger guy, different skill set and stuff. So it's the most beautiful boxing you can get.
Do you think Fury has to attack more though on the front foot?
Well, Usyk was on the front foot the whole time, so I don't know if Fury can change that, because Usyk is obviously very strong, which nobody gave him credit for being such physical. He was an animal there. He was just non-stop going. And the Fury was on the back foot for at least 10 rounds out of 12. So I don't think Fury can really push him forward, because he is too big. When he gets close, he gets punched with those shorter arms of Usyk. So it will be very interesting to see. Very interesting. I see Fury wants to do fight in October, I think. So very, very soon. So it's going to be amazing. We knew very little who's going to win. Now we knew even less. Nobody knows.
Were you also surprised by a lot of talk about Oleksandr Usyk's body in the lead up to this fight, and Fury hit him really hard and a lot to the body, that Usyk was able to take those shots?
But Usyk was never down on the body. I don't know where this came from with the Dubois stuff. Maybe it was low, maybe it wasn't, but who cares in the end? It was the judge's fault. Usyk wanted to continue, but the judge was like, no, rest for 15 minutes. So I don't see this nonsense like Usyk is weak to the body. He was never down in like 400 fights. What are you talking about? That doesn't mean he's weak to the body. And he fought against the greatest body punchers in the world, even heavyweights and cruiserweights. So I don't know if he was even at sparring sessions. I think he was never down on the body. So I really don't understand where that's coming from, but maybe from the general public, But if I fight Usyk, I will go for the body. I don't see a reason to.
Is it a shame though that if the rematch does happen, that it won't be for undisputed? The IBF will be contested by Dubois and Hrgovic.
I mean, it is shameful, but I think they should do it like Aliyev phrase, just go for the trilogy. Whatever, whatever about one belt, I don't care really as a boxing fan. I don't really care if IBF is in or it is out. It's the same. So I think we found the whole world found the perfect match, the Usyk versus Fury. And now we should milk it, as long as they can, So I would really see another fight like, even without belts, it makes no difference.
Remind me, Allan, what was Fury like when you sparred him?
That's another thing that gave me great confidence, that fight, because I know Fury, and we were hanging out. I was 2 months in his house, literally house next to his, and he was like ordinary man, He is not like a Superman, like someone who taught now. So we were talking about our troubles and stuff, and injuries and soreness, everything hurts you, and stuff. And I said to everybody, I know this guy, this guy is just like us. He gets hurt, he gets pain in every part of his body, gets pain in his head also, everywhere. So if he can do it, we can do it. So it's that simple. I took that out of the fight. And I just remember Fury. He didn't look good at certain days. Some days you look great, some days you don't look good. Some days you spar great, some days not so much. But look at him, like 2 years after that. And then on his worst day, you would think he's going to retire soon, because he's been talking like, I fought everybody, this and that, and I have money, but why do I need this? I mean, those are not his exact words, but in that kind of tone. So I would think maybe he's done. 2 years later, we have the greatest heavyweight fight the last, I don't know, 5 decades.
There are some people that think that Fury is on the decline a little bit. You don't think that?
Well, I kind of thought that 2 years ago when I met him. But what we saw yesterday was the best Fury ever, in my opinion. I don't think we saw a better Fury ever. doing that to Oleksandr Usyk and catching him with the jab and with every possible punch. Can you imagine throwing like 5 uppercuts on Usyk and land all 5? So what are the odds of that of any human in history to do that? You know, you don't show uppercuts at Olympic medals. You know, you don't, because you get killed. But you Fury did, and I take my hat off to you.
That's a very fair point, Alan. Alan, also, what's the latest with yourself? When are you next out?
It's a very good, very fan-friendly fight, and you're gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna let my old friend Eddie announce it. I think it's gonna be in a day or two. But bottom line is, I think they underestimate the Savage, and that's all I needed. I was craving for it because I was the favorite for so long, and up until the Rosansky fight. And then I went with my head, fuck, like, oh, I'm gonna finish this guy, no problem. So now I'm back on the page 1, and I'm a huge underdog in this fight. If you ask them, I mean, if you ask anybody, whoever sparred me, I'm favorite. But you know, so I think they played themselves. You know, I said yes, like in second, and that fight is scheduled for early July.
What weight?
So heavyweight.
Okay.
So I'm already in camp. I'm already in my second home, my adopted home in Dublin, in Celtic Warrior, and it's just beautiful. And I just arrived yesterday. I was with Okoli on sparring, you saw.
Yeah,
I was sparring Okoli for 2 weeks. That was just an intro to my camp. Now the camp starts.
yeah, you were in Manchester. You were sparring Okoli and Massey, weren't you?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was really beautiful, and I love the sparring. It was 2 weeks. We did some, about 18 to 14 to 18 rounds a week. So that's like 30 rounds in 2 weeks. So we did very good. And I wasn't even ready. He just called me. He needed help. You know, I know Rosansky, and I'm like literally the best guy to spar for Rosansky. So I said, okay, well, let's see it as an entry to my camp, you know. So I already done the hard sparrings. So now I take a step back. Now I gotta get my fitness up. I just need to remind my body, you know, because I was the best already not even 2 months ago. So it's not gonna be hard for me.
Alan, I can't wait to see the Savage back in action. Been a pleasure speaking to you. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out. We'll speak very soon again.